Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell by the lack of a fiero behind me, I am getting ready to head out to the GM of Carlisle GM Nationals in the fiero with my buddy Dave. You guys seen him on the have seen him on the channel, and we are going to go to the fiero's 30th anniversary at Carlisle. So while I'm out there making this little long trek, which is about a 3-hour drive, you guys can sit back and watch the rest of the video concerning the installation of the Fiero store coolant tank. I got the install finished, and it doesn't quite end the way we expected to. So why don't you just check it out, and I'll see you at Carlisle. Alright guys, now we're going to start just putting her all back together. As you can see, I'm going to grab Dave's newly refurbished radiator support. Now when you're putting the radiator support in, you got to be very careful, make sure that these radiator mounts, one on each side, sit right on the edge of the tank there, to make sure that the radiator is positioned properly. So let's go ahead and install this now. Now guys, what I like to do is I put a little anti-seize, in this case Molykote, which is a copper-based paste, which has excellent properties for keeping things from seizing up. All the bolts, as I'm putting them back in, because you never know, your life will be easier this way, hopefully in the future, when you can get them out easier. Now, when reinstalling the fan, you have to remember to slide the bottom of the fan into these metal clips here, as that's what anchors the fan on the lower portion. That's what anchors the lower portion of the fan to the radiator bracket, so that it won't be moving around or have a chance of flopping around as the car is moving. There's one on each side, and they hook into the indented areas of the fan that look exactly like what's on the top. So don't forget to clip those in when you're putting the fan in. guys, so there we have it. We have our brand new coolant tank and a brand new washer tank installed. They are so clear to see the fluid level through now. Nice bright white. You can see the coolant level very clearly, whereas in the other tank, you couldn't see it at all. We also have our refurbished radiator support and fan, which now looks so good that they make the rest of it look really bad. So I think we're going to have to tear apart everything in here and go ahead and restore it all. So that'll be for a future video.
Machine gun. In a scathing dissent that she read from the bench to underscore her exasperation and frustration with the decision, Justice Sotomayor says, quote, "Today, the court puts bump stocks back in civilian hands. To do so, it casts aside Congress's definition of a machine gun and seizes upon one that is inconsistent with the ordinary meaning of the statutory text and unsupported by context or purpose. When I see a bird that walks..."
Okay, guys. Well, here we have my real 100% opinion of this coolant reservoir tank. I don't know if it's something that's going on with all of them or if it's just that I happen to get a bad one. But you see this dark patch of green by the seam? That's actually coolant seeping out from this seam. As you can see on my finger, you can see the coolant on my finger, and it's causing a very slow but steady leak when the car is running. So while the washer tank is a 100% home run, this particular tank for the coolant reservoir has a failed seal where the molding casts two halves of the tank together. I've seen this type of thing in Mercedes-Benz vehicles. I've also seen it on Land Rover cars, and it's from a faulty mold when they make the tanks or injecting too little plastic in. You can also see where the plastic is very thin on this tank as compared to the original, and also the angle at which this bracket is just slightly off from the original. So you'll have to put a bit of pressure on it just to get this to sit against the bulkhead. That's not a deal breaker though, but this is. So while I give 100% thumbs up to the coolant reservoir, to the washer tank, I gotta give a thumbs down to the coolant reservoir, or at least this one. I will be contacting the Fiero store to find out if they've had any other issues like this, and maybe ordering another one. And then we'll see in the future if we revisit this, and maybe I can change my rating on this tank. But for now, definitely it's a no-go for me. And the original is back in the car, all cleaned out, at least internally. Still not as pretty as the new one, but it's just as good. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for the installation of the Fiero store washer tank and coolant reservoir into my 1988 Fiero. In upcoming episodes, we're going to be tackling all sorts of other DIY repairs that you can do on your cars in your garage. Simple stuff that doesn't require having a lot of tools and a lot of the junk that I have in here that you need for pulling engines and stuff like that. This series is for all of you guys out there who have little simple problems with your cars or little upgrades you want to make, small things you want to repair. I'm going to show you how to put them in, get them situated correctly, and get your car looking good. So keep coming back to the channel when we'll be tackling another simple repair on the Fiero. We may be tackling the dreaded headlight motors next. So you guys keep coming back. Subscribe, like, give a thumbs up, leave a comment. Tell me what you think of this little repair series I have going on. If you're a Fiero owner, or even if you're not a Fiero owner and you're just curious about what goes into these little cars that we all love so much, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I guess that's going to wrap it up for this. There will be a long-term update. I'm going to give you a date of a year from now when I will let you know how these tanks hold up and how good the Fiero store quality products are, which I've had quite a few good experiences with some of their products. And I'm hoping that this is going to just keep the trend going. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to go now, and I'll see you on the next one.